On a day when the ski centre can't open and few others are venturing into the hills, photographer Henry Iddon is on a mission.
Even the ptarmigan are in their burrows, hidden away.
A former member of the British Speed ski team with a personal best of 176 kilometres an hour, Henry's earned his living as a professional photographer for nearly 20 years. Most of the time, he works for commercial clients, but this is what he really loves, getting out into the hills on a day when most people are hunkered down indoors.
For me, it's a way of educating myself about the history of the outdoors in Britain. So instead of just taking the beautiful landscapes because I can show people where I've been, or look at this beautiful loch, or look at this beautiful sunset, to me photography is almost an excuse to learn about the history of the outdoors and some of the sort of philosophies and psychology involved in it, really.
Henry's passion for wild places has seen him photographing the Lake District at night, when he believes it is still possible to capture the former isolation and remoteness of these hills. He's shooting his current project, A Place to Go, on an old-fashioned plate camera, which produces a negative of 5 inches by 4.
I'm just trying to get the tripod rock steady. It's such a windy day. Obviously on the snow you want to try and get the tripod sat on some solid ground, really, not amongst the snow.
He's been undertaking this current project for the last 4 years, and it's not finished yet. It's taken him to a series of mountain locations that all have one thing in common.
I'm photographing locations where there's been fatal accidents, tragic fatal incidents in the past. The earliest one is from the 1870s on Skye. Concerns poignant mountain landscapes, really, and sites of mountain misadventure. This shot from the series involved Mackenzie and Ferrier, 2 guys who'd bivvied at the Shelterstone over New Year, and when they walked back, they walked into a storm, basically, and we eventually found perished in Corrie Cass. When the bodies were found, they had sort of scratch marks on their hands and knees and sort of scuffed clothing where they'd literally crawled on their hands and knees across the plateau to try and creep low down out of the wind. I'm now opening up the camera, and the camera is quite a simple thing, really. It's just a box. At one end is a lens, in the middle is an empty box which you can move to obviously adjust the focus and the like, and at the back of it is where the film goes. So a basic camera is actually a very simple thing. Where the bodies were found is now just behind the Shealing, near to the M1 Pomato. Then that would still have been 10 miles or whatever from Glenmore Lodge, where the road ended. So back then, in the 30s, that was still a wilderness terrain. Obviously the crux is to keep everything, on a day like today, is to try and keep everything from getting covered in snow. It almost has a sort of Scott of the Antarctic sense to them. High winds over the plateau. I mean, you could literally have been in the Arctic, really, crawling on your hands and knees for your life. Each image takes a lot of research to find an unusual story or an incident with maybe an additional angle to it, because the project isn't an archive of every incident or accident in the British Isles. They've all got maybe a slight twist to them. And each shot is taken in the same calendar month as the incident occurred, so that the terrain has the same look and feel, that each image has their own ambience as it would at the time of the accident. When I'm out shooting the incident, I feel a sense of the incident unfolding while I'm there, without a shadow of a doubt. We'll end up with a snowdrift on the front of the lens at this rate. It's a sort of slow form of photography, really. Obviously a digital camera today, you could just whip it out and grab the snap. But the whole process of a large format camera, in a way, it's more of a sort of tangible, hands-on process. You have to, build the camera, open it up, put the lens on. In a way, it's more kind of human, really, using a traditional style camera. Okay, so I'm now going to go into the under the cloth and compose the image. The way I would equate it is listening to someone play a violin, say live, has a warmth to it, or listening to a CD of someone playing the same music through a stereo. There's a warmth that comes through the live version of it. And shooting on film on a large format camera like that, in a way, is live photography. Yeah, it's a virtual whiteout, but it's quite ethereal. It looks quite, it's very atmospheric. It's the sort of conditions where the incident happened, really. It's very difficult to pick on something like the pylons to focus on. Each dark slide, which is what holds the film to load in the back of the camera, each dark slide holds 2 sheets of film. So normally I would shoot 4 images per scene. So I have 4 bites of the cherry. So each shot costs about £20 all told. So every click of the shutter is £20. So if I take 4 images, that's £80, but even before it's printed. So I'll take the slide out that exposes the film to the camera. Take the lens cover off, and here we go. That's it, shot taken. Landscapes aren't just places of pictorial delight. Many people visit the hills and see only the simple beauty, whereas really there's a lot more layers to the British landscape than just the beauty of it.
And Henry will be out photographing some of these scenes of mountain tragedies for a while yet. After that, there'll be an exhibition and hopefully a book. If you want to find out more about Henry Iddon's work or any of the other items on this programme, follow us on Facebook.